Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the financial jargon to give you the real scoop, and today we're peeking into Syndax Pharmaceuticals' very recent update. Get ready because we have some interesting numbers coming out of their presentation, and they might just tell us a lot about where this company is headed. Before we dive in, if you are serious about understanding what is really going on behind the corporate headlines, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hey, we've got a fantastic community discussing these filings over on our Discord. Link is in the description below, so come join the conversation. What we're looking at today is a report that Syndax Pharmaceuticals put out on the 12th of January 2026. It is not a full year-end report yet, but it gives us some very important early numbers, kind of like getting a sneak peek at the final score before the game is officially over. They were at the 44th annual JP Morgan Healthcare Conference, and while they were there, they shared some preliminary financial information for the fiscal year that just ended on the 31st of December 2025. This is key because it gives us an early look at their performance from last year. So let's jump right into the numbers they revealed. First up is their drug Revuforj, which they're also calling Revumenib. For the last quarter of 2025, they brought in around $44 million in US net product revenue from this drug. Now, if we look at the whole year, that number grows to about $125 million. This is really important because it tells us how well one of their key products is selling. When we talk about net product revenue, we mean the money they make from selling their drugs after accounting for things like returns and discounts. So $125 million for the year from Revuforj shows a significant stream of income for the company. Then we have Niktimvo, which is also known as axatilimab CSFR. This drug also had a strong showing. For the last quarter of 2025, it generated $56 million in US net product revenue, and for the entire year, that figure jumped to $152 million. So both of these drugs are contributing substantially to Syndax's income. It's worth noting they mentioned they will report their share of net commercial profit for Niktimvo when they release their full year 2025 results. This suggests that while they are involved in the commercialization, the profit sharing structure might be a bit more complex than just total revenue. Now, let's talk about the company's financial health at the end of 2025. They reported that their total preliminary cash equivalents, and marketable securities were about $394 million as of the 31st of December 2025. This is a significant amount of money. Having a strong cash position is crucial for any pharmaceutical company. It means they have the resources to fund ongoing research and development, to support their sales and marketing efforts, and to weather any unexpected challenges. It gives them flexibility to pursue new opportunities, whether that is developing new drugs, acquiring other companies, or expanding into new markets. A cash pile of this size is generally a very positive sign for a company like Syndax. It is really important to remember that these numbers are preliminary and unaudited. The company itself states that the audit of their financial statements for the year ended the 31st of December 2025 is still ongoing. This means that the exact figures might change when they release their official full year results. These preliminary numbers are essentially an approximation, giving us an early snapshot before the final picture is complete. Sometimes audits can lead to adjustments, so we'll be watching for those official results in early 2026. All of this information comes from a press release that Syndax issued on the 12th of January 2026. This press release is included as an exhibit with their Form 8K filing. The 8K itself is a current report that companies use to announce major events that are important to shareholders. In this case, the event was their presentation at the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference. For those keeping track of their stock, Syndax Pharmaceuticals Inc. has its common stock trading on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC under the ticker symbol SNDX. This filing confirms that their stock is indeed listed and traded there, which is standard for publicly traded companies. Looking at these preliminary numbers, Syndax Pharmaceuticals seems to be on a solid track. The revenue generated by Revuforj and Niktimvo appears strong, and their cash reserves are impressive. This paints a picture of a company that is not only developing and selling important medications, but is also managing its finances prudently. However, we should always proceed with caution when dealing with preliminary, unaudited numbers. The fact that the audit is ongoing means there is a potential for these figures to be revised. Also, while revenue is great, we need to see the full picture of profitability and expenses when the final results come out. The pharmaceutical industry is also very competitive and heavily regulated, so there are always inherent risks associated with drug development, market access, and potential competition. In conclusion, based on these early indicators, Syndax Pharmaceuticals is showing promising performance. especially with the revenue from its key drugs and a healthy cash balance. The real test will be in the final audited results and how they manage their expenses and further develop their pipeline. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on them as they release their full financial reports. Alright, that is our breakdown of Syndax Pharmaceuticals' latest update. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think these preliminary figures will hold up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to check out the Discord link in the description to join our community discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.